Kelly, are we able to calculate a rough estimate of our student aid index, which is what you're going to be expected to pay every year? Yeah, you can. So in previous videos, I talk about the FAFSA and the purpose of the FAFSA to generate a number known as your student aid index. It used to be called your expected family contribution. And your student aid index is just that, what your family is expected to pay every year. And that's the number the colleges see. So here's how you get a ballpark figure of your SAI. So your SAI is based upon income and assets. So if you take your adjusted gross income from your most previous year and multiply that by 25%, what is that number? So if your AGI was 100 grand, you'd have 25% of that being $25,000. Then you take your assets. Now the FAFSA generally uses about 6% of your overall assets. You're going to end up generating two different numbers here for the assets. The first one is what's called the federal methodology. And most state schools, most public schools use the federal methodology. And really the primary key difference is they don't take into consideration the equity of your primary residence. However, the majority of the private universities, they use what's called the CSS profile, which is the FAFSA, and it's a little expanded and it's referred to as the institutional methodology. You can see a screenshot here. Here's one school that says federal methodology. Here's another one that says institutional. You can find this information. Now, the institutional method is going to take into consideration the equity of your primary residence. And there's a couple more tweaks. Both of them, both the federal and the institutional, do not take into consideration the asset balance in your qualified plans. So your 401k, 403b, or your IRAs. They also do not take into consideration any cash value that you have in a permanent life insurance policy. So do not add those values to your overall assets. So add up your assets, exclude the equity in your primary residence, exclude the values in your retirement plans, exclude the cash values in your insurance, and then multiply that number by 6%. Now, if it's the institutional methodology, you're going to take all your assets, you're going to include the equity in your primary residence, exclude cash values of life insurance, and exclude your qualified plans. And then multiply that number by 6% and add that asset calculation to the income calculation. Now, if you really want to get specific, you need to count the income and assets of your kid, but there are some exclusions. So generally, mom and dads, when they take their income and they take their assets, most of them, almost everybody, has a very high SAI to where they're like, let's say it comes out to 50 grand and the family is shocked. They think we can afford 50 grand a year? Yeah, they do. So this is how you get a ballpark figure of your expected family contribution, known as your student aid index. Now, what you do with that is where some strategy comes in, and that's where our academy comes into play here. You can go to collegemoneyacademy.com. We have our coming soon page live. We are going to be launching this thing fully here very soon. So we've got some great discounts to step into where we teach you how to manage this and how to end up drastically reducing the cost of college for yourself. So go to collegemoneyacademy.com, and if you find this valuable, please like it, please share it, please leave me a comment. And if you know of a family who needs to learn how to do this, please tag them. I'd appreciate that. We'd love to help them out. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed. Have a great day.